going back to some of the examples we saw before, these are the same matrices we had in previous examples. Determine the following if possible. So I look at A and B. A and B are both 3 by 2 matrices. Since these dimensions are not the same, it's not possible. B times C. B is a 3 by 2. C is a 3 by 3. Again, these inner dimensions are not the same. It's not possible. C times B, on the other hand, well, if I look at it, these two are the same. I can carry through that multiplication. How do you do it? And this is where it gets tricky. When I multiply, when I put them in the same order, when I do, C times B, I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to basically take this row and multiply it to this column. So basically this one and this one get multiplied, this one and this one get multiplied, this one, the triangle, and this one get multiplied. And that's going to make up, one term. So I would take 3 times 2 plus negative 1 times 3 times, kind of obscured it here. I forgot what number that is. 0 times negative 2. And I would add those all together, and that would give me my very first term in row 1, column 1. And then I would do the same thing, except I would now go to column 2. So row 1, column 2, I would do the same thing. These two would be multiplied, those would be multiplied, those would be multiplied, so forth and so on. So if I carry that through, you're going to see 3 times 2 plus negative 1 times 3 plus 0 times negative 2. In the second column, you're going to have 3 times 4 plus negative 1 times 1 plus 0 times 2, so forth and so on all the way down. I know this should end up being a 3 by 2 matrix, because that's what the outer dimensions are. And I would carry through the same kind of procedure again and again and again. And I would end up with this product here. C times D. C is a 3 by 3 matrix. D is a 3 by 3 matrix. These are the same. So I can multiply them. So again, I'm going to take, 3 times 2, 3 times, or negative 1 times 3, 0 times negative 2. Oh, that should be a square. That should be the triangle. And I go through the same procedure. I take each row of the first matrix and multiply it through the columns of each of the others, and adding the results together. And that's going to give me each term of the matrix. So I don't show all the work here because I didn't have a whole lot of room, but that's what you would get if you would do all that work. So like 3 times 2 plus negative 1 times 3 plus 0 times negative 2 is just 3. This one right here. And you have to do that for each of the other 9, or the remaining 8 elements of that matrix. So it could be a little on the tedious side if you do this.